With that, I would be happy to take your questions. Annie.
Thank you so much. Annie Linsky with the Wall Street Journal. I was hoping you could comment on news earlier this week that the Russians may be open to a prisoner swap for Evan Gershkovich. And I also had a question for you about how the uprising by the Wagner Group may, in your view, impact Russia's leaders' willingness or lack of willingness to make a deal that would release Evan.
So first, as Karine mentioned before, today is the 100th day of Evan's unjust and unlawful detention. And for those 100 days, President Biden, the entire national security team, our embassy in Moscow, our Secretary of State, myself personally have been invested in trying to bring him home safely. Second, I had the opportunity this morning to meet with Evan's employers at the Wall Street Journal and the personal representatives of his family to talk about the latest status in his case and our efforts to bring Evan home. Third, we did see the comments from the Kremlin that there have been contacts between the U.S. and Russia regarding Evan and other unjustly detained Americans. It is true, and we have said that we remain in contact with Russian authorities at high levels on these cases to try to figure out a way to bring unjustly detained Americans home, including Evan. We have also made clear for months now, even before Evan was detained, as we were dealing with Paul Whelan, that we are prepared to do hard things in order to get our citizens home, including getting Evan home. I do not want to give false hope. What the Kremlin said earlier this week is correct. There have been discussions, but those discussions have not produced a clear pathway to a resolution. And so I cannot stand here today and tell you that we have a clear answer to how we are going to get Evan home. All I can do is tell you that we have a clear commitment and conviction that we will do everything possible to bring him home. With respect to the question of whether the recent actions by Prigozhin and the fallout from that creates new openings or opportunities, I can't say that I have perceived that directly, but of course, this is a story that continues to be written day by day, so we will have to see how things continue to play out in Moscow. In the meantime, we're going to stay laser focused on doing everything we can, both directly with the Russians and then with other allies and partners around the world who are invested in his safe return to try to get him out as soon as possible.